Well, I, like many other people out there, watch Yellowstone very closely because we know an eruption at the supervolcano could end life as we know it here in America. And it's something you need to have a plan for, just like a lights out situation. Just something. It hasn't got to be extravagant. I mean, you may not be able to pull off a whole lot, but at least have some kind of plan for if the day happens in your lifetime, you hear that emergency alert, Yellowstone has erupted. What are you going to do? Where are you going to go? That's not going to be the time to try to figure that out. You need to already have that figured out. If you're heading north, south, getting out of the way of this massive plume that is going to dump at least 10 feet of ash across this country. And this is one of those situations where it's not a question of if, but when. Now, a full-blown eruption of Yellowstone could potentially dump a suffocating layer, like I said, of 10 foot of this ash across the country, which would end everything. So there's only a couple big events that I see that could change the course of history in terms of this country and where we sit, bringing down the dollar, the economy, ending life as you know it. One, a lights out situation. Two, a volcanic eruption coming from a supervolcano like Yellowstone. Now, on Saturday, Ear Spring erupted plumes of water up to 30 feet in the air. This endangered visitors as debris and rocks were flying into the sky. They're saying that the last known eruption on that scale occurred back in 1957. Also, with the other geysers erupting more frequently, and now events like this, we start to ask, all right, is there something going on in the upper layers of Yellowstone? Of course, there's been the ground rising and lowering over the years as well, swelling back up and then dropping back down, swelling back up in different areas and different pockets. And it's always been this kind of like keep the quake and the seismic activity hidden type of deal instead of in the open. Now, you can go and you can track the seismic activity at their specific seismic monitors in Yellowstone. What I just don't get is why USGS and many of the others don't want to list every single quake that hits there. Because even Global Incident is now showing like 0.2 quakes, like very small quakes, which means that they could list it, but for whatever reason, they're choosing not to. Every now and then they'll show one or two, unless there's an obvious swarm of 2 to 3 in magnitude or greater going on at the site. Any swarms of like half a magnitude or less that is ongoing kind of goes unseen, and those are important to watch. So with all the recent activity this year, with the other geyser erupting or steamboat erupting many times, and now this erupting, and they haven't seen one on this scale since 1957, it's some key things to make note of. But there's always some ongoing change at this supervolcano. I went there in the flesh to check it out myself, just to get a feel for this place, and it's just absolutely massive, very unique, and very beautiful in its own right. But once it erupts, it's a game changer. Wanted to put out this information. It's not like anything is imminent here, but when I put out these videos, I want to make sure that people have a plan, that you have a survival plan. At least think about it. Where are you going to go? Can you answer that question right now? What are you going to do? If not, think about it. Try to answer that. I'll leave links. Tune in to Underground World News Live, Friday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, Dabu 77. Peace.